Hello everyone, my name is Ajay and in this video I will guide you how we can install any Laravel application on AWS server. These are our products: Worksuite SaaS, Table Track, HRM SaaS, Recruit SaaS. All these products are built in Laravel. So we will take any one of the product and upload on AWS and make it run. So there is a prerequisite: you need to have AWS account set up already. Means you just have to sign up, add your credit card details, and you are good to go. So in this video we will be learning how we can configure EC2, what is elastic IP, security groups, file uploads, Worksuite installation, or first on IP, then we will map domain to that IP, so our application will be running on some domain. Then we will also be seeing how we can remove public from URL. We will also see cron job configuration. uh, I already set the domain mapping. The next step will be the virtual host configuration, and the finally we will also see how we can install a free SSL on AWS EC2 instance. So let's directly jump to the AWS. So you need to create the account and login. This is the dashboard of the AWS. You may be redirected to any dashboard, but this is the page that I got when I log in. So the first step that we have to do is we have to select the region from top right corner. So this is the top right corner. So these are the regions available. In my case, I will select the region closer to me. You can select any region which may be closer or far away, where the most of your customers are going to serve. So I am selecting Mumbai as my region, and after selecting I will go to EC2. In the search bar just type EC2 and click on EC2. Here, as you can see, I do not have any instance running. I will create the instance first. So let's create the instance. Click on instances. There are multiple ways to create the instance. You can click here, instances. Another menu is you can click here, this part, and another is directly you can click on launch instance. So let's first go to click here, the menu left sidebar, instances. Here we can see that there currently no instance is running, as this is my fresh AWS account, so there is no instance running on it. So let's launch the instance. We can launch instance from here, or we can also launch instance from here. So you can click any of this, launch instance. So here we will just name the instance. I am naming Laravel, and from the operating system I will be selecting Ubuntu, and I am selecting the 22 version. Okay, so keep this as such. Here I will suggest going with at least T2.medium. T2.medium. So T2.medium will have 2 CPU and 4 GB RAM, which is pretty fast, and our application Worksuite or many Laravel application will run very smoothly on this. The next step is generating the key pair. This is required when we are trying to log in from terminal to our EC2 instance. So let's create one key pair. Let's rename it Laravel and create key pair. It is downloaded now. We will check that later. The next is creating the security groups. Here we are using allow SSH is already there. We also need HTTPS and HTTP both. And for now the storage, I am selecting 20 GB. This is enough for at the moment. Now everything is good to go. We just need one instance, and now click on launch instance and wait for few minutes so our instance gets ready. Click on instances, and currently it's in pending state. Wait for few seconds. So now our instance is in running state. So now we have to connect our to our EC2 instance. This is the instance. So basically there are two ways by which we can connect to our EC2 instance. One is by a key pair that we have downloaded. The second approach is just selecting the instance and clicking connect. Just keep the username as Ubuntu and click connect. So we are connected here, as you can see. And the second approach is go to downloads. Here we, as you can see, I have downloaded the laravel.pem file which we generated recently. So the first step is we'll have to give 400 permission to this Laravel PEM file for the connection. Chmod 400 Laravel PEM. The next step is sss-i Laravel, the PEM file path, and then Ubuntu, the username and the IP of the instance, which is this IP, public IP. Click yes, and yes, now you can see we are connected via terminal also. So the next step that I am going to tell you about is we have created the EC2 instance. The next is I also give a small review about security group that we enabled SSH and HTTP and HTTPS while creating the EC2 instance. The next is going to be Elastic IP. Why? So let's jump to the Elastic IP. You just scroll to the left sidebar, you will see the Elastic IP. Here it is. Just create a new Elastic IP. I will explain why we need this. Allocate Elastic IP and the same, yeah, allocate. Now assign this Elastic IP to your instance. Click on checkbox, go to actions, associate Elastic IP, choose your instance and allow this Elastic IP. Yeah. So this Elastic IP is now assigned to our instance. We can cross check this by going to, just refresh this page. Yeah, you can see the Elastic IP. So why we need Elastic IP? The reason is this: the public, currently the public IP assigned right now is the Elastic IP that we created earlier. But before assigning the Elastic IP, we had some other public IP. So what happens is the public IP, if we only have the public IP, then this public IP changes time to time whenever a server restarts, the AWS restarts. So this public IP is not constant. So to have a constant IP, we need to assign a Elastic IP. Now this Elastic IP will not change if, even if our server is restarted. Hope you got my point. So Elastic IP, so we will have to, so as you can see the terminal is also disconnected from the EC2. We will have to reconnect it. This was the old public IP. If we try to reconnect, it will not reconnect it. Let's see what it gives. So as you can see, it's trying but not connecting. So let's enter the correct IP, that is the Elastic IP. So this is the Elastic IP. Yes. So you can see we are connected now. So the next step is we need to install Apache, PHP, Composer and MySQL and other little bit configurations on our server. So how we can install is, here is the gist that I have already created for this. So it will install all the requirement for the Laravel application. So I will share the link of this URL in the description section, so you can check it. So I am using the method one for installing. Just copy it, go to your terminal where you have connected to EC2 instance, paste it and enter. And it will take 2 to 3 minutes for the complete installation. So it's installing. Meanwhile, let's understand what all the things it's installing. So here you can see it's installing Apache, PHP, zip, curl, MySQL server, composer. Okay. So the our next step will be, after doing this, we will set up the password for our MySQL by following this documentation. Let's see what the status of the installation. So it's still working. Also, let's copy the elastic IP that we have got. This is the elastic IP, and open in browser. So you can see Apache is installed meanwhile, and other stuffs are getting installed. PHP. So let's wait for few more minutes so everything gets installed. So as you can see, the installation is complete. We can see PHP SV, the PHP is installed, and the version of PHP is PHP 8.3. So the next step was setting the password for MySQL. So we will copy this command, paste here. The next step is, we can see this part. So copy this command, and in the your password, enter the password. For now I am just entering 123456 as the password, then plus privileges, and finally exit. Let's cross check by entering into the MySQL dash u, and username is root, and dash p. Click enter and enter the password, which is 123456. So you can see we are into that MySQL. So here we will create one database for our application. Let's create later as we jump to the installation. So here we can see the Apache install. The next step will be uploading files to the server. So let me show you the files first. So these are the uh, Worksuite and table track file which is developed in Laravel. So there are two steps, two ways by which I upload the files to server. One is via FileZilla, and the another is via command named SCP. So let's start with SCP. For SCP, let me open another terminal here and go to downloads. So the files are here. So for SCP, we'll write SCP, then dash, and then we'll type the file name, which is code can in this, and next dash I, the Laravel PEM file, and next step will be, why not, let's search on Google how to upload files to EC2 instance, and let's open the first thing. So here is the command scp-i. So the scp-i will be the first, scp-i, and the Laravel PEM file, then code can, and then we'll have user and IP. User is Ubuntu and Ubuntu, and the IP, that is elastic IP, which is this one. And next is the path where we want to upload the means upload the file. So in our case it will be, let me write it here, colon backslash, it will be home ubuntu. We can also cross check the path pwd. So it's home ubuntu. Let's see if it's working or not. So as you can see, it's getting uploaded. So it will take some time to get upload. So as you can see, the file is uploaded. We can cross check this by going back to the terminal where we have connected. Just type ls and you can see the file is there. So this is one approach. This let me guide you how the second approach. The second approach is via FileZilla. So let's open the FileZilla. Click on Site Manager, which is this one, and here click on New Site. Let me delete the old one so I can give you better idea. You just click on New Site. Here enter the from the protocol use SFTP, which is SSH, and the host will be the IP, which is the elastic IP. The elastic IP. Login type will be key file. Username is Ubuntu. Let's select the key file. Go to downloads Laravel PEM file and click on connect. Always trust. So we are connected and you can see the file is all uploaded here. So let's delete this file and re-upload it via FileZilla. Delete, yes, and refresh the, you can see the file is deleted. Let's cross check this by terminal. Click ls. So the file is deleted. Let's upload this via FileZilla. So let me open FileZilla again. So here is the file in the downloads folder. So you can simply drag from here and then put it here. Now the upload has started, as you can see. This video is going to be a bit longer, so bear with me. You can have your coffee with you or tea with you. So you can see the file is uploaded here. Let's cross check it again. Oh, so earlier I uploaded the table track file. So and now I uploaded the Worksuite file. So it doesn't matter. I will be guiding you, give you the demo of installation of Worksuite. So we have uploaded the Worksuite now, which is correct. So the file is uploaded to server, but it is not uploaded to the correct path. The correct path is where www.html. Let's ls it. So you can see there is index.html file at the moment. Let's show the content of this. So you can see this is the content, and this is the exactly the same file which we are seeing here. So let's remove and see if this page is working or not. Rm for remove index.html. We are not able to remove, so we need to remove via sudo rmrf index.html. Now let's reload it. So you can see the file is removed and not showing anymore. So let's go back to root path where the file of Worksuite is uploaded. So this is the file. let's move this file to the mv where www html folder. Oh, move code canyon to where www. So you can see we are getting the permission denied error. Why we are getting this is because we are logged in as Ubuntu user, and the file path, which is, let's go back to file path, ls-al dot ls-al. The file path user is root. That is why we are getting the error. So we can use sudo mv code canyon where www then html, and then it will be moved. So you can see the file is no longer here, and if we go to path and ls, the file is moved. We can cross check this via filezilla also, which is where www.html. So you can see we have the file. Now the next step is unzip the file. Just type unzip code canyon and enter. Unable, so you can see unable to process unzip. This is happening because of the permissions, user permission. I'm logged in as Ubuntu and the folder has root permission. So let's change the first. Let's first change the permission of the folder, so we can do every stuff that we need very easily. We'll go back there. For that, sudo ch own. Let's do it Ubuntu Ubuntu HTML. Let's make it recursive. Let's dash here. So you can see the user and group for this HTML folder is changed to Ubuntu one. Let's now go back to our HTML folder and unzip it. Unzip. So now you can see the files are getting unzipped. You can also see, open the FileZilla and click refresh. So you can see new folder is there now. This is because of the unzipping. So the files are unzipped. So the next step will be, in our case, so specifically for the products of our company, that's Freuden, the main files of Laravel are inside the script folder, which is cd Worksuite ls-al. We have two folders here, documentation and scripts, and cd script. So this script folder is the main folder where all the Laravel files are present. So we will have to move all these file to HTML folder. We can also run the application directly here. So let me first open this on the browser. So for opening, we'll use, this is the folder and script, and then we'll go to public, and here we'll use check.php. So we can see check.php file is running with some errors, but we'll see this error later on. So first, let's move all the contents of script folder to root folder, which is HTML folder. So for doing that, we'll do mv star dot star to where www html. Let's see what happens. ls-al. So files are not all files are moved, or it's taking time to move. Let's see how to move files. Move files in Linux. one directory to another with dot files also. So we'll go back here. Let's go back to HTML folder. So here we are. So we can see some of the files are moved, not all. So we'll do mv, then go to path, which is Worksuite, new script, and from here we'll do type star, and where we want to move to current directory, which is dot. Let's see. So we can see maximum files are moved, but not the dot files. As you can see, there were dot files also. So make sure all files are moved. Let's go back here, or we can refresh the page here and go to the folder script. So we can see these files are still not moved. You can move these files from here also, but as we are doing from the terminal, we'll go with terminal approach. Let's go back to HTML folder, and for moving the dot files, there is another second command, that is dot star. Let's type mv dot star to current directory, which will be dot. Enter. Device busy. Let's zoom it. Works with this current file, yes. Overriding, move, replace, yes. Just SAL. So the files are moved. You can see this. So next thing, the very important thing is, as you can see, the user and group of this folder is Ubuntu, and the default user of Apache is www-data www-data. So if we try to open the URL, this URL with public, we will get some error. So to resolve this error, let's first open again the check.php file. So we can see check.php file is opening, but when we type public, we are not getting anything. So this is basically due to the permission issue. So let's go to where let's see the user of the first. Let's see the Apache user, which for that we'll go to etc Apache 2. We'll do ls here, and we can see there is env where file. Just open it, sudo vim env where. So here you can see export Apache run user and group, both are same, and but that is not Ubuntu. Let's first change to Ubuntu and Ubuntu and save. And after doing this, restart the Apache. Sudo service restart Apache. Sudo service Apache, sorry, the command is Apache to restart. So the Apache is restart. Let's again open this file and see if we are getting anything. So we are getting 404 error. That means at least we are getting something. By something I mean we are not getting the earlier error. So if we try, we open index.php, and we will see. So here you can see we are getting the installer with index.php. So this, for removing this index.php, we will have to give a uh, our virtual host or the Apache permission that just take care of the .htaccess file. So how we are going to do that? We'll go back here and go to ls-al. So there is one file apache2.conf. Open this file, sudo vim apache2.conf, and go to allow override. Scroll down, scroll down. So here is the directory where www index dot this. You can give the permission of allow override all here, and there is another approach that we will discuss when we jump to the virtual host. Click wq, enter save, sudo service restart. So here whenever we are doing any configuration changes on the Apache, we will have to restart the Apache. Let's reload it and remove index.php here. So you can see now this installer page is coming even with the even without index.php in URL. So let's first go back to check.php file and remove these errors. So for removing this error, we'll have to open the PHP ini file. So where are the PHP ini files? To track that PHP ini file, we'll type php -ini. So PHP ini file is inside etc php 8.3 directory. We'll go to cd this sal. So there are two folders, Apache 2 and CLI. We'll open Apache 2 and sal. We have the PHP ini file. We'll open sudo vim apache with PHP ini and enter. And here let's search for max execution time, \max underscore execution. So you can see max execution time is 300. Click enter and change this to 300. I for insert and 300. Then again we'll click escape and \, to search for second parameter, that is upload max size, upload underscore max. Here it is saying click enter, change this to 100 or 200. Let me change this to 200. Click I 200. And next is post max size, escape \, post underscore max, click enter to go to this post part, and then click I to insert and go to change this to 200 also, and now save it, escape :wq. And since we have done changes to the Apache configuration, Apache or PHP configuration, we will have to restart the Apache. Sudo service Apache to restart. Reload. So all these errors are gone now. Now let's jump to the installer. Remove check.php from URL and then click this part, and next step, here we will have to type the database username, which was root in our case. Password, as we can remember, it was 12345 6, and the database name, since we have not created database, so there is no database. So let's create the database first. We'll go to the terminal. Here we'll type MySQL root user root, then p, and enter. Password was 12345 6. For creating the database, we'll use the command create database, and name of the database, let's name it Laravel. Enter, and the database is created, Laravel. Click next step, next step, next step, and now we'll have to wait for a few minutes so the database table gets created and all the migrations run properly. And if any data is required, that will be inserted via CDER. So let's wait for few minutes. So the application is installed. Let's click here to exit, and we are getting the account setup. Let's name it Laravel. In at example.com. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So you can see the application is now running. Let's log out again. So the next step is, you can see the application is running only when we are entering public in the URL. So public in the URL, if we remove public from the URL, the application is no longer working, and we can see the directories here, which is completely unsecure. So in this case, I will add the link of the video where I have shown how we can remove public from the URL. So here is this video, which you can check it, and from here you can jump directly to cloud server method point 2, which is at 14.03. This point you can check the video, and we can remove the URL public from URL. You just have to add public at the end of virtual host document directories. So how we can do is, we will go again to the terminal where EC2 instance will go /cd Apache 2 tc Apache 2 clear all the above Apache 2 cd sites available /al, and we can see 00. This is the configuration of the current application that we are running. So here you can see the document root is pointed to where www.html folder. We have to point to public directory sudo vim 000 and then enter, click I, and document root will be /public. So we will be pointing the public directory of our Laravel application. Restart the Apache again and go back to browser and reload the page, and we are good to go. So the application is now installed with without public in URL. So we have covered EC2 configuration, elastic IP, file upload, Laravel installation on IP, remove public from URL. The next part is Cron Job configuration. So now our Apache is running with Ubuntu server, and the folder is also Ubuntu. So our the cron job will also needs to run with Ubuntu. So since we are logged in with that, so the default user is Ubuntu. So we can simply type cron tab -e as to basic, and here we can enter the cron job. For cron job, let's log in back to our Worksuite installation. Was 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Go to settings, app setting. So this is the command that we have to enter. So first we will copy this stars I 1 2 3 4 5, then space, then copy this command, enter, and save it. So you can see new cron job is gone. Let's reload it, and this message will go away in 1 minute when the cron jobs runs. So this is how we configure cron job setting. Let's wait for 1 minute so this message goes away. So as you can see, the message of cron job has been gone. That means the cron job is configured properly. So now we have also covered Cron Job Configuration. So security group. So let me explain the security group also to you. Let's go to instance. Here you can see security group name launch wizard 1 is assigned to this instance, which is secure. Let's click here security, and this is the security group. So we have given permission of SSH connection and 80 port, that is for the HTTP connection, and also given for the HTTPS connection. So if we remove, let me remove one thing. Let's remove, for removing, let's go to this security group. This is the security group. Let me remove the, which one should I remove? Let me remove this one, which is HTTP. Let's remove. For removing, will yeah, delete security groups, edit inbound rule, and remove from here. So now we only have HTTPS and SSH. Let me remove SSH also, so I can give better idea of the security group. So now we have removed HTTP and SSH. This means I will not be able to connect to this issues to instance with SSH. Let's go to SSH ls. So you can see I just typed the ls and no longer able to get the response. That means that I am disconnected from the SSH connection. Let's retry the login here. SSH-i Laravel 12, and I think the elastic IP was, let's open in new tab, elastic IP instance. Yeah, it's 249, correct. And let's enter. So you can see I am not getting connected to this server via SSH. This is because we have removed the port 2020 from the security group. Also, if we try to open in the browser also, we won't be able to do so. We won't be able to view the page. Let's reload it and see what happened. So you can see it's reloading, but not opening the page. Let's go here and open in the tabs to give you better idea. So you can see it's reloading and not showing the page. This is because we have also removed the 80 port, which is used for HTTP connection. Now let's add the 80 port and 20 port in the security group, so we can connect with SSH and also open in the browser. Edit inbound rule, add rule which is HTTP from anywhere, and SSH. This is the SSH custom from anywhere. Save rule, and now let's reload again. So now we are able to access because we have given the 80 inbound permission to the security group. And let's again now try the SSH also. So we are able to connect with SSH also. So hope you understand the security group. This is basically to manage the permissions with the application or the instance. So we have covered EC2 configure, elastic IP, security group, file upload via SCP and FileZilla, Worksuite or Laravel application installation on IP, remove public from also covered. Cron job is also next is domain mapping. For domain mapping, we just have to point our domain to the elastic IP. So let's open one domain. So here is one domain worksuite.xyz. We'll go to DNS setting of that domain. and add a record. Add a record, and the name will be at, means everything all is pointed to the elastic IP. Let me copy the elastic IP again. This is elastic IP, copied and save. So as you can see, we have now what we have done, we have mapped this DNS to the elastic IP of AWS server. So when on the AWS server, so all the traffic, when someone opens XYZ, all the traffic redirects to EC2 instance. And on the EC2 instance, by EC2 instance I mean everyone will able to open this IP, means this IP gets opened when we open the domain. So let's try opening this domain and new terminal and see what we get. So currently we are getting Worksuite XYZ server not IP not found. This means the DNS propagation is in place. It means it's propagating and it will take some time. It may take 1 hour or 2 hour for the propagation before it gets the DNS propagation completes and we are able to see the application. Let's see DNS propagation. Open this URL and enter our domain and see what IP we are getting in various countries. So you can see elastic IP is showing for this. So in many countries the DNS is already propagated, but in our country India it is still not propagated. So it will take some time and we can wait for that and see if it's resolved or not. Once done, I will get back to you. Meanwhile, DNS is propagating for India. Let me explain what actually happened. So in the DNS, we have pointed the domain to this IP. Let me open the. So this domain is pointed to this IP. Okay, and then this IP, when we open the Worksuite application, and how that opens is, we'll go to cd etc Apache sites available, and the configuration, the default configuration, which is this one. Let's get it so I can explain better. So all the traffic comes to this virtual host, as we have not mentioned any server name here. We have not made domain specific. So all the traffic comes to this virtual host, and then it redirects to document root, this folder, and in this folder we have the Laravel application. So Laravel application gets opened. Let's see the status of DNS propagation. Still not resolved. Let's wait. Let me try to change my internet connection and see if the DNS propagation is completed for that internet connection or not. It's not completed for that internet connection also. Let me try the domain on cognito window. Still not completed, so we'll have to wait little more. No worries, we can wait. So DNS propagation is still not completed for Chrome browser or for my internet connection. Let me try with Safari. Open Safari and let me copy this URL, and in Safari let me paste it and see if DNS propagation is completed for my internet connection for Safari browser. So you can see we are able to see something. So this is the verification page of our Worksuite application. Let me enter the verification code here. This verification code will not work for you. So you can see the application is running fine on a Safari browser. So the DNS mapping is also completed. It will work on Chrome browser in 1 or 2 hours. So need not to worry about. So domain mapping is also completed. I explained you the process. All the traffic comes to this virtual host. That is the first matching virtual host. We have two virtual hosts here. One is default con and another is, let's open this part also and see what it says. So in this you can see it's 443. 443 means SSL connection. If we open HTTPS, then the domain will go to use this virtual host connection and open document route this without public. Here we have not entered public, so currently it is not opening this virtual host. This is opening the first virtual host. Okay, got my point. So domain mapping is also completed. Let's reload it. Next step is SSL, creating virtual host. So what does it mean is we will be creating now virtual host for domain specific. Let's uh, use ChatGPT for the virtual host configuration. Create virtual host Apache for domain worksuite dot xyz, and the directory root will be where www.html, where www.html. So let me create this file, sudo vim xyz, and copy this virtual host command. This, yeah, here. So you can see server name and server alias is now mentioned. So if the traffic, if someone opens worksuite.xyz, this configuration will take place. So in the document root, we'll also add publics to remove public from URL. Public. So here allow, hope you remember in the previous steps, we removed allow override directly from Apache 2.conf. So we can do that thing here also. Let's save this, and after saving we will have to do sudo a2en command to make it available, and then we'll restart the Apache. Sudo service Apache to restart. Now let's again open the Safari, reload it. So it's still working. Let me remove the other configuration, that is the default one, and see if it's still working or not. Sudo service Apache to restart. Let's Safari, let's reload it. So it's still working. Let me change something in the configuration file vim, and let me change the path of document to some dummy and reload it. Sudo service Apache to restart, and now reload the browser. So you can see the application is no longer working because we gave the wrong path of the application. Let's make it correct again. And save it. Right, sudo service Apache to restart, and then again Safari. So it's working again. Let me see what's the status in Chrome browser. Still not propagated. The next step is we have created the virtual host. The next step is installing SSL. Okay, let me grab some coffee. So for that, let me open the documentation. Yeah. So how to secure Apache with Let's Encrypt. So this is a free SSL for installing. Let's installing certbot, copy, open the terminal, paste, enter for yes. The next step will be checking your Apache virtual configuration, which is this one. And as you can see, we have entered server name this and server alias also in our virtual host. Yeah, that step 1 2 is also there. Copy and test it. Syntax is okay. Let's load this Apache again. Ignore this step 3 and now copy this command and enter. So let me enter my mail.com. Yes. Would you be willing once your first certificate is yes? Which names would you like to activate SSL for? Let's do it for first, that is worksuite.xyz. Requesting the certificate. Let's please wait for this. So it's requested and let's see the configuration file here if it's created or not. So as you can see, new configuration file is created. Let's see the content of this file. So as you can see, 443 server name is this and pointed to this. So it is just the duplicate of worksuite xyz.conf with 443 redirect with the configuration for SSL. Let's see successfully deployed A2EN. Let's reload the Safari and see what happens. Yeah, now as you can see, the application is now running on HTTPS. Okay, so SSL is also installed on the domain. Let me log in here. 45678. Not now. Logged in. Configuration is completed. So everything is working fine. Anything left? EC2 is completed. Elastic IP is completed. Security group completed. File upload completed. Worksuite completed. Remove public from URL completed. Cron job configuration done. Domain mapping also done. Virtual host also done. Installing SSL. Yeah, one more thing I would like to point out here. Sometimes when we run this command for SSL configuration, this command, everything works fine, but the last step, that is deploying certificate, is not created. This file is not created. In that case, you will have to manually create that file and then run the sudo a2en this file, and in that file you will have to write the key path, this key path. So if you face some issues, you can Google it or comment down in my comment section, and our team will hopefully respond to that. Anything? Yeah, one more thing I would like to highlight here. In many servers, Ubuntu user is not present, so we can means run our application with the default user, that is www data. Let's see how we can do that. Let's go back to the file folder, which is where www.html, just one step ahead, and here it is. Let's change the user and group of this HTML to default Apache user, that is sudo chown www data and HTML folder, and let's see if application is running or not. So application has stopped working. So we'll go to Apache, etc Apache 2 ls sal, and here we have env file. We'll open that file, env where's file, and we'll change the Apache user back to www data, save it and restart the Apache. Sudo service Apache to restart. Go back to Safari, reload it, and see the application is now again running. So in many servers we won't have the default Ubuntu user, so we'll deal with the Apache default user, that is www data. And here one more thing we'll have to take care of is the cron job. The cron job should run with the Apache user, not with the root user. So we'll go to cron tab-e and delete this part, save it. So now Apache the cron job is not running. So let's search for run, go back to ChatGPT, run cron job with www data user. Let's see how we can do that. So we'll have to copy this command, -e, enter, and here we'll have to type that the command, long command that we had earlier, and for that we'll go down, scroll down, and it was *** 5 times, and the PHP \var www.html artisan schedule run. This was the command. Let's copy and we'll try to run also and save this. This is the nano editor. I'm not good with nano editor. Exit, yes, enter. So it is saved, and let's run this command on the and see, could not be opened because the files, yeah, cd www.ls-al, as this is not, I am not able to run because I am logged in as Ubuntu user, and the folder permission of this path, this complete folder is www data. That is why I am not able to run. But in the browser, we the application is running with www data, so it will run via means internally via terminal and also via browser. So if we run with sudo, then it will definitely be running. Yeah, as you can see, the command is running. So the thing is, if we are running the application with www data, the cron job needs to run with the same user, otherwise we will face some issues. This we will get this particular error, because the file Laravel, this as when some error comes, gets created, or the cache file gets created by root user, and being a Apache user, that is www data, won't be able to modify that, and we will get some error on the browser. So it is necessary your application should run with the same user your Apache is running. If your Apache is running with www data, then it should run with www, or if your Apache is running with Ubuntu, then your cron job should also be running with Ubuntu. That's it.